Hi, everyone. A friend found this photograph in a general store in upstate New York. He gave me the photo and said, "Write a story." So I did. And here it is. Meet Sid Feldman. At the moment this picture was taken, Sid stood one solid joke away from realizing his dream. Sid wanted to be a stand-up comic. He could write a joke as well as anyone, but he couldn't tell one on stage. At parties, his jokes flowed like the Jordan River. Put him under the lights in front of a waiting audience, and it was as if a family of beavers had thrown up a dam. The flow was gone. So, Sid made a living writing jokes for the likes of Youngman, Hope, Burl, and Benny. When his inspiration ran dry, he haunted coffee houses, nightclub warm-up acts, and the Catskills showcases, not for inspiration, but to purloin material. Sid didn't think of it as stealing. You stole cars, you purloined jokes. Still, he never gave up on the dream. He even had a joke about how being a serious comic was an oxymoron. That joke never worked either. On the night this picture was taken, Sid was giving it one last try. Not in a fancy New York nightclub, not even at one of the famous Catskill hotels like Grossinger's or the Concord. The only booking he could get was at one of those more affordable bungalow colonies. You know the type. A summer refuge for middle-class Brooklyn families, the mothers and children staying all week while the husbands drove up on weekends. There was swimming, dancing, organized activities, and enough food to keep a cardiologist comfortably employed. If you've seen Dirty Dancing, this place wasn't even that nice. Still, Sid was grateful for the opportunity. Maybe this would be the night. He stood alone on that stage, gripping the microphone stand as if with a railing on the Titanic. The microphone seemed steadier than he felt. He opened his mouth to tell his first joke and felt a bead of sweat break free, slide down his forehead, and use his nose as a ski slope. He knew he'd be fine if he could just get that first laugh. If he only knew he could bring down the house simply by pulling up his already too high pants another inch or two. But that wasn't to be. Sid opened his mouth one final time to tell the joke that would make him famous. Instead, he sang, "Arrivederci Roma." He had heard the song in a movie a few weeks earlier, and it had become an earworm. He sang it in the shower. He sang it in the car. He sang it while writing jokes. Now somehow, some way, he was singing it on stage. And he brought the house down. That was the night Sid Feldman stopped being a failed stand-up comic and became a celebrated tenor, the Jewish Mario Lanza. He graced the stages of the Copa and the Store Club all winter, and the Concord all summer. He became a favorite at parties, first a song, then while mingling a joke or two, some his, some purloined. People loved him. On more than one occasion, it was suggested, "You should try stand-up." Sid would smile, and for a moment his eyes would drift somewhere beyond the room to a stage in a bungalow colony where a joke had turned into a song. Thank you. Have a great day.